Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today we've got a battle of the range as the Viper playing as the Britons in green gets ready to take on Mr. Yo playing as the Khmer or the Khmer in red. Now while the players herd their herdables explore not only their immediate surroundings but enemy territory as well, because we are on Empire Wars and they'll probably attack one right into the other ASAP as they have done in the past little while. Right as I say that, the scouts start chasing one another. Ooh, let's see it. Looks like their HP is identical. We'll see who takes this fight if they don't disengage. And while the players try to get their butts up to Castle Age ASAP, a good time for us to watch this battle. And then, ooh, first blood drawn by Mr. Yoas, literally a minute into the game. A good time for us, as I mentioned, to take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Britons are a civilization designed to support its archer units. Their ranges work faster. Their foot archers not only get free extra range as the game goes on, but they can be upgraded to get even more range, which is fantastic news for their unique unit, the longbow. This is a foot archer that comes with a massive 12 tiles of range when it gets fully upgraded. Now, speaking of range, their trebs can also be upgraded to have 100% accuracy against stationary units, and they can also do blast damage. Economically, the Britons do get a nice early game boost because their shepherds work a little bit faster than normal, and when the time comes to build more town centers, they only pay half the wood cost of doing so. Couple of archers caught out here. Couple of archers dead. Looks like the weaker scout is nowhere to be found as the kill count goes 3-0. Okay, speaking of 3-0 for the Khmer, why don't we take a look at that civilization that focuses on some of the heaviest hitting units in the game. Their scorpions come with extra range and can be upgraded to shoot a second bolt, as can their unique unit, the ballista elephant, which, as it sounds, is an elephant unit with a giant ballista mounted on its back. Now, if you like elephants but absolutely detest range, the Khmer also have battle elephants that move faster and can be upgraded to get a +3 attack boost. Now, economically, the Khmer do have some of the most unique features in the game. To start with, you don't need any structures to go up to the next age. As long as you've got the resources, you can click up. More kills. I've said this recently. It always seems to be in the last little while. Oh, exit strategy. And finally, we see the transport ship being used for something. But I've said this in the last little while. Ooh, the Viper gets his first kill as he pokes the horse's ass. We've seen, look at the kill count, 4-1. We've seen 4-1, 5-1, 6-1. It always somehow emerges. It's never 2-2. It's never 3-3 or 1-2. It's always somehow 4-1, 5-1. In any event, as the Khmer continues to circle looking for villager blood, some villager kebabs to get here. Looks like, ooh, the Viper does save that one villager whose HP is very, very low. Why don't we keep going with the Khmer? Because not only do they not need any structures to go up to the next stage as he guns down yet another villager. Once you do click up to a next stage, all the buildings from that age, all the structures are available to you immediately. There is no such thing as the prerequisites. So for example, if you want to build a siege workshop in castle, you do not need a blacksmith. Oh, and look at this, the Viper! The Viper traps these scouts in here, or maybe not. Never mind, he didn't trap anything. It's the spearman who body blocked and get 2 kills here. So all of a sudden, kill count 6-4. And lastly, to gather as much food to be as productive a villager as possible, Khmer farmers do not need to drop off any food at a town center. As long as a villager is working on a farm, the food count, take a look at the top right of your screen, goes up a unit, up a unit, up a unit. That villager does not need to walk to a town center or a mill. And lastly, to keep them nice and safe from enemy raiding, the villagers for the Khmer can hide inside houses and stay safe. Although, big caveat, big asterisk to that, they don't regenerate HP once they go into the house. And so, all of a sudden, despite a flurry of activity in the initial stages, the initial minutes of the game, we are now sitting comfortably at 6-4. Mr. Yo has already got 3 villagers. The Viper, though, heading up to Castle Age about 25 seconds behind his opponent, is sitting on the exact same villager count. Now remember, once he hits Castle Age, he will be able to put up a town center, a second town center, so that he can keep pace with the Khmer and doesn't fall behind. And if he does so, he does pay half the wood cost. So instead of 275 wood, it's whatever the hell half of 275 is. Mathematics at the moment as I focus on this one scout, not exactly my strong suit. Where did you come from with 5 HP. Mr. Yo's got a bunch of scouts, or rather had a bunch of scouts before these hero spearmen managed to poke them in the ass and kill them. And they all seem to have very low HP. Okay. So Mr. Yo has seen the rear of the Viper's base. How much has the Viper scouted of his opponent's base? Absolutely nothing. Although he knows where he is, he's dropped off a secret contingent with a couple of archers who want to suicide off the edge of the map. What is going on with Age of Empires? It seems like almost every single game where a player has units on the edge of the map, there always seems to be a pair of Twinkle D's and Twinkle Dumbs who try to jump off into the ether. Mr. Yo, by the way, doing an amazing job keeping vision, keeping an eye on his opponent as he hits Castle Age a little bit ahead of his opponent. Immediately elite skirmisher, immediately a second town center, and Bodkin as well. So he's seen the army that he's facing off against with the never-ending movement of his scout. He doesn't know that there's a sneaky contingent here that in 18 seconds are going to be crossbows, but he knows he's going up against foot archers, and so no big surprise. He already has 10 skirmishers. Unlike the Viper, who postures and parades with his unit, Mr. Yo is keeping them hidden inside, and now the Viper moves out. He's got Bodkin +2 attack and range. He's got 1 armor. Oh, never mind. Doesn't move out at all. Okay, so he's going to wait until this contingent moves through this very interesting center area of River Divide. A bunch of bears, a bunch of crates and barrels, and a well that no one can click on. Okay, Smokey the Bear lies dead. A third town center for our Khmer. I love the location of this one. Got the deer, got the stone relic as well nearby, and a bunch of lumber. Has he seen the relic? Yes, he has. Of course, he scouted everything. So I'm assuming the Viper is going to do a bit of a double attack here to the front and to the back, distracting the forward position. Is this walled off, by the way? I'm not sure if this is walled off or not. Speaking of walled off, look at Mr. Yo. Walls and palisades are for losers. I'm going to wall off with houses as he attacks to the front, but he's going to get got here by all of these skirmishers that pop out. Uh-oh. And all of a sudden, the Viper's fancy schmancy maneuver means he's got to retreat because he didn't expect 10 skirmishers. On the other hand, he's going to get a good number of villager kills here. Already up to 5 villager kills. So even though Mr. Yo does have the total number of kills more, there's a better way of saying that sentence. He's got more kills on the whole. And look at the Khmer villagers absconding, hiding inside that house, waiting for the danger to pass. Will he catch a few more out? Oh, he body blocks the villager. Did he get the villager? No, I think the villager got into the house. Otherwise, there would be a second dead body somewhere here. And now Mr. Yo is here, but he's here with skirmishers. So while they may be fantastic at getting rid of crossbows, I'm not too sure they're going to do too much damage here. Speaking of not doing too much damage, I don't know how long these crossbows are going to survive here. They are doing a good amount of damage economically. The Viper's now gotten 10 kills. A minute ago, he was at 0 economic kills. Now, all of a sudden, he's gotten 10 villagers. Oh, he's not done yet. He's not done yet. Why is there... Am I building a mill? Oh, for shorefish. Okay. I was wondering why the hell that's happening. And the Viper's expeditionary force is done. Second town center built fantastically next to the gold. Third town center to the back near the stone. Has the Viper even explored the maps divided by the river for which this map is named? Or the 2 rivers for which it's named? No, he hasn't. He's seen just the tip of the southern island. He's kind of explored the shoreline of the northern island with his transport ship, but a cheeky maneuver out of the Viper lends him 10 villager kills, which is amazing. Unfortunately for him, the frontal attack a little bit lackluster. Mr. Yo now literally at double the kills, and with the counter unit out, even though we're in castle, remember, with Bodkin giving +2 attack, because this is the Briton crossbow, he should have +3 range. Gets another crossbow. So the Viper choosing to expand into the rear of his base, which on this map, let's zoom out. I want to just show one thing. If you're the Britons, or if you're even the Khmer going any kind of army composition that requires wood, you need to expand to these islands, because one thing you'll notice, take a look at the actual center, this long rectangular center island. There's not a lot of wood anywhere here. And so the Viper's going to run out of wood very soon once he depletes these sources to the back, and he's going to want to expand Mysterio's already here. His economy identical in size, which is a testament to both players. First, the Viper was down 3 villagers. Then he gets 10 villagers of his opponent. And somehow both of these players are sitting at the exact same villager counts on the exact same town center counts. So kudos to both players. By the way, have you seen? He sees the transport. Oh, he's going to try to convert it. I was wondering why he doesn't want to just kill it with the skirmishers. Doesn't kill it at all. Decides, where's your transport? Here. Ooh, looks like the Viper says, you know what? You get mine. I'm going to get yours. Has he seen it? No, he hasn't. So he doesn't know it's here. So that thought that I gave to him about wanting revenge on the transport, I just made that up because, of course, he didn't know that this transport was here. It doesn't really matter. It's going to get absolutely wrecked by these crossbows, and down it goes, a pile of driftwood amongst the lily pads. Looks like the mangonel got a nice juicy shot. Will he get a second? Yeah, clips 3 more. Should be 6 kills for this guy now. And so Mr. Yo counters the crossbows with skirmishers. The Viper counters the skirmishers with a mangonel. So now the ball is in the Khmer court, and we'll see what he decides to build. Okay, he's going counter mangonel play. He's got a fire galley of all things. Why do you have a fire galley? And the Viper, for the first time at the 20-minute mark of the game, is exploring the resource-rich areas around the map. He's seen the town center with those crossbows and the mangonel, so he's moving in. He's got 1,000 stone, and he's going up to Imperial. Mysterio's got the resources, so he's going to click up any second now as well. But holy moly, this is a big army out of our Briton who decides this is where I'm going to put out a castle. I'm going to lame your town center. I'm going to lame your gold income. I myself now am exploring, so I'm assuming he's going to send out a villager or 2. Fire galley trying to... Can it reach the town center? I don't think it can reach the town center. Yeah, I don't think it can reach even with 4 range. Maybe it can, actually. The elevation is a little misleading here. I don't have the cubic grid on when I cast the games. Oh, mangonel pops out. Mangonel kills mangonel. Crossbow kill mangonel. It's like a game of rock, paper, scissors all of a sudden. But Briton Castle is up. Will we see any longbows? Come on, let's see some longbows. Let's see some longbows. Let's see some ballista elephants. Not too sure what the point of this castle was. Your town center's down here. I guess it's to protect the stone miners? What's the point of this castle? I mean, obviously, I understand the point of a castle, but why right here? It doesn't defend the town center from your enemy castle. It doesn't attack your enemy castle. I guess, like I said, it maybe just protects the stone and keeps an eye on this narrow crossing so that the Viper can't really cross anymore unless he crosses all the way to the left, in which case Mysterio will see it with the vision from the siege workshop. Ballista elephant is out. Oh, yeah. Who doesn't love to see this unit? Literally an elephant with a giant ballista mounted on its back. Although ballista is more of a reference to Age of Empires 1. It should be called a scorpion elephant, to be honest. It's got a scorpion on its back. But semantics aside, the Viper now finally at the 23-minute mark expanding to the northern shores of the island. As Mysterio hits Imperial, I'm assuming a Treb here. I'm assuming a Treb here. No, not yet. Oh, pardon me. I assumed a Treb. I didn't assume 3 trebuchets for our Khmer, who I guess is going to want to defend this area tooth and frickin' nail. Ooh, ballista elephants, you might be chunky, you might be powerful, but you are not invincible. And both of them die. I don't see any more being trained. What's happening over here? We've got a crossbow. 2 of them trying to distract Mr. Yo as this attack continues. You might want to finish your castle here. Trebuchet. Ooh. Decent location. I would have said maybe put it here until this castle goes up, but the packing and unpacking, not exactly a Cataperuto Treb, as the Viper discovers, the southern expansion here, and this is completely undefended. Mysterio's in a bit of trouble. Both of his expansions are under attack. His town center is down. Siege Workshop is next. Now this town center is going to get attacked. He's expanding to the north, but the Viper's already here. So all of a sudden, the Viper flipping the script. Knight's out. Looks like the mangonel or the crossbow managed to get a whole bunch of kills here. Yeah, it's the mangonel, but the mangonel does fall. Knight enters into the castle territory. What will die first? It is the knight. And look at that. The Viper moved his crossbows out of position to fight the skirmishers. And Mr. Yo sends out a band of villagers to attack. But they're not Spanish villagers. They're not even Incan villagers. So they die immediately to the crossbows. But mission accomplished. Mangonel is gone. And without that mangonel, these 3 trebuchets are as safe as can be right now. Especially with all these skirmishers. Especially with ring archer armor being researched. And by the way, the crossbows now will come with 10 freaking range. He's got Bracer, which will add +3 attack and range. And then because he's the Briton and not paying attention and losing crossbows, they come with +1 extra range in Castle and then another +1 in Imperial, which is why they've got 10 freaking range. I don't know whose castle is going to fall here first. 4 trebs to 4. How many villagers repairing? 12 villagers repairing to the 13 villagers repairing, but HP... I mean, I don't think the Briton castle is going to survive this next volley. Oh, by the skin of its teeth. Definitely not this volley, right? Right? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-boom. It goes down. More skirmishers, but there's a transition to husbandry. There's a demolition. Where the hell are you? So both castles are down. The Viper is down. 13 villagers. Not the end of the world, but Cavalier for our Khmer, who again... can gather food at an insane rate. These villagers don't have to stop. They don't have to move. They don't have to drop anything off to a town center, a mill. They're just working away, plugging away. But and the Viper did not dislodge this southern expansion. Let's see if he can get rid of these skirmishers. He is bringing another mangonel forward, training another one. He does have 3 trebs to the 3 of his opponent. Oh, this is when you need Warwolf. Warwolf would give his trebs 100% accuracy and do blast damage, which would kill basically any villager trying to repair a treb. Don't sleep on trample damage for a treb or blast damage for a treb. That is, in theory, an insane technology that basically means trebs can't be repaired. In come the Cavaliers, and down will go the mangonel, which means... okay. Which means nothing as the Viper sees. Did he resign right as he saw these guys? 1 second, because that's usually what happens if they see. Let's see the Viper's vision here. I like this. I like that he's attacking this basic battering ram. Oh, yeah, so he doesn't know that these guys are coming. His mangonel is here behind the red siege workshop, and let's see. Yeah, they pop out of the ether. They pop out of the darkness. And they attack. Now let's try to figure. I didn't think the Viper was in such a bad spot. To the north, he is pressing in. Does he see the castle going up? He doesn't. So for all that he knows, he's going to dislodge yet another town center and then take control of Island North. Island South is a bit of a shit show. Who's kidding who? I don't know who the hell is winning this. The battering ram's trying to close in on the trebs as the villagers try to kill the battering ram, as are the crossbows. But that all leaves this one mangonel exposed. He's got another mangonel. Where's the second mangonel? There it is up top. It is very far away. So Mr. Yo builds the nice counter army with the skirmishers. The Viper gets perhaps a little bit too comfortable with the crossbow play. And then out of nowhere, these Cavaliers come, and with 140 HP, 4 pierce armor. Yeah, the Viper, maybe this is why he resigned. He is down in villagers. Now he's down 25 villagers. The scores, I mean, the scores are atrocious. Yeah, what is that, like 2,200? He's down like 35% in score, but that's on paper. Forget on paper. In theory, who cares? In practice, he's got a bigger army. He's got a decent situation, whereas Mr. Yo expanded with 1 town center to the back. The Viper expanded with 2. And so if... The reason that's relevant, in my opinion, is if you lose your island control, your ability to retrain villagers is now in question. So Mr. Yo, once he loses this town center, if he does, if he loses this one as well, he's basically just got 1 town center to the back, where the Viper's got 2. So he can keep building his economy up and up, even though he, again, will run out of wood very soon, but he can still repopulate his society. I think it's if I had to guess, probably a comment. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did the Viper need to resign here? I get it psychologically, like, oh shit, all of a sudden I'm gonna have to deal with 15 Cavaliers upgraded to the Hilt Castle Age upgrades, not yet Imperial Age upgrades. Actually, no attack upgrades whatsoever, so not even Feudal Age attack upgrades. But oh shit, now all of a sudden Cavaliers are out? And I haven't really done as much damage to Island South as I wanted to. This is still here. The Trebs are still here. The counter unit is still here. And Mr. Yo's economy is still here. And he's with a town center up here. And the Viper hasn't explored the rest of the map. The Ether is still here. The Fog of War. So he doesn't know what's behind here. Lumber Camp, another castle, etc. Maybe that's why he resigned. The presence of the Cavaliers, the lack of economic damage. At the end of the day, though, he did kill 31 villagers to 16, double the villager kill count, even though Mr. Yo got more kills on the whole. What an absolute fun game. And this is what this map is designed to do. You're not supposed to be safe on a map like this. Even if you carve up the map, even if the Viper takes Island North, even if Mr. Yo takes Island South, they're always going to be pressing into one another. We saw this with this map before. And this is exactly what it's designed to do, which is why there's almost no resources here to the back, and which is why there's a lot of resources on the islands flanking the edges of the map, as well as, by the way, relics. And oh my goodness, speaking of relics, Mr. Yo, 5 relics, 1,500 gold. Let's see how much, let's see the stats here real quick. Crossbows to skirmishers. I don't know who wins this. Probably the crossbows, just barely, because of the extra 2 tiles of range will probably allow them to fire 1 extra volley, and this is literally half the count. But these Cavaliers might have been a game changer. Let's take a look at the economy. Oh mama, 10,000 resources more for our Khmer, who takes all of the resources except for 1,300 gold, which, if you exclude the relic, it becomes almost 3,000 gold that the Viper mined a lot more than his opponent. But ultimately he does fall down about 30% in economy, 30 to 40% in economy, which is never good. 1 conversion out of 94, not really that big of a deal. Both of the players destroy 2 buildings each, all probably down here. Castle, 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 and town center. So there you go. There's your 4 destroyed buildings. But ultimately the Viper, let me know in the comments, should he have resigned? Could he have fought on? Even losing this mangonel, you know you're going to get the battering ram, and then you've got 19 crossbows that, by the way, aside from chemistry, are fully upgraded attack-wise. So they do 8 attack with 4 armor, 4 damage times 16 is what? 64 damage. So they're not even enough to two-shot. Yeah, okay, maybe that's it. They're not enough to two-shot the Cavaliers. And again, I'm not 100% sure the Viper should have resigned here, but again, I'm not the one playing. I'm not the one who psychologically saw these guys literally popping out of the ether. What's that line from the movie 300 where Leonidas marches off to war and he comes across that tree where the invaders hung all the people, and then he meets that little kid, and the little kid whispers like, "They came from the darkness," or something like that. That is exactly what the Viper is facing. As I put it in slow-mo, out of nowhere pop out some heavily armored Cavaliers. They destroy, or are about to destroy, the mangonel, because I don't think they actually even touched the mangonel. No, he was raising his sword to attack, and so the Viper didn't even give him a chance to. And look at that, some flaming spears from the flaming javelins from the skirmishers. And maybe the Viper felt like his army composition was just not prepared to deal with the tech switch from our Khmer, who at the end of the day has how many stables? 4 stables is not terrible when your opponent doesn't have anything. He doesn't, aside from his 1 barracks, I don't see anything else other than these archery ranges. And so maybe the Viper felt like he's got, oh, look at his wood count. He doesn't even have enough wood to build another barracks or train another archer unit. Holy shit, actually, yeah, he doesn't even have enough wood for another crossbow. So as we dive into it, the picture becomes a little bit more clear. I still think maybe the Viper didn't really need to resign, but maybe with his amazing extrasensory game sense, he saw a lot more steps ahead than I can, and realized that there's not a lot of longevity in this army, especially battered and bruised and at half HP as it is. And with that, he taps out. It is Mr. Yo with the popping out of the ether of these 3 insane Cavaliers, with a few more following up, who takes the W. But GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.